Hi guys, this is Casey at Kinetic Performance. It is raining cats and dogs over here in Upland. You can probably hear it in the background a little bit. It's like coming down on the roof and against my door. Good thing I don't have any leaks yet. Anyways, so today's day 2 of this video challenge I'm doing. Today's topic is adversity. And I just wanted to share with you one of the stories I went through personally, because everybody goes through it, and especially, in the fitness world where we're trying to set goals and break them. We always get setbacks, or you always run into something where it doesn't work out the way you want it to. I'm a hard and firm believer of hard work pays off, always pays off. And it sucks when you put in all that hard work and you're not getting any results, or you're not seeing any changes, and you're like, well, I've been doing this for 3 months, 6 months, and things are just not changing for me, and it makes it really hard. So how do you overcome that adversity? So I'm going to share with you guys a story I went through myself personally. It was back in college when I was playing soccer. I was never like one of the best players on the team. I didn't have any like records or stats like my girlfriends do, but I worked my way up to a starting position by the time it was my junior year, my third year. I was one of the defenders in the back, and about mid-season, it was probably a little bit before mid-season, it was probably more towards the beginning, I tore my ACL. I had a really bad injury and I was out for the rest of the season, but I knew that I wanted to come back and keep playing. Like, this is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to like completely give up yet. So I worked my ass off. I used all the resources that I had there. Like, I had this amazing trainer, shout out to Erin. She helped me almost every day. I was in the gym, in the training room every day, getting treatment, working on whatever stretches and exercises I could do. I wanted to make sure that I was going to come back stronger for the following season and, get my position back, because it was still up for grabs by the time it was coming around to the next season. So I pushed, I trained, I built up my strength, I built up my confidence, because coming back from an injury and playing in a contact sport is super scary. When you come back the first time around, you're like, am I gonna re-injure myself again? It's scary. But I came back, and I just remember I put in so much work trying to get to where I wanted to be. And afterwards, I did get a start in one of our preseason games, and I had a horrible game. I was not doing good at all. And it wasn't because I was scared or nervous from my injury. I just was not playing good. put it that way. I was just like the girl. I was playing defender again on the back line, and one of the girls on the team kept getting past me. On the opposite team kept getting past me. So I wasn't doing shit. So they subbed me out, which was reasonable. I totally understand. But after that horrible game, my coach never ever gave me a chance. And I was really down on myself during that season, because I had worked my ass off all year to prepare for that season. And then because I had one shitty game, I was benched for the rest of the season pretty much. And it wasn't and I would try to put in my hard work into our scrimmages or to our practices, and my coach was just it was a little, I want to say it was a little bit of politics, in sports and soccer, why she didn't really give me a chance. But who knows what the really background reason was. I was really bitter that she didn't give me a chance to try again, or even go out there. And the worst thing of it was that I felt like the girl that replaced me, I probably shouldn't be saying this, or I guess I'm just still bitter about it, but I felt like she wasn't doing a very good job either. Like, she wasn't doing any better than I would have, I felt like, or if I was given another chance, I could have proven that I could have been so much better than her, or so much better in that position, I should say. Because it was, like, this is our team. I shouldn't be talking shit about my teammate. But anyways, I felt like I could have done a whole lot better than what she was doing, or put in a whole, I guess, more work than she was doing. I felt like I was putting in more work, especially in practices, because I wanted to prove that I can play that starting position or be in that, starting lineup. And I just was never given another chance. And I just remember, like, the worst part of it was too, like, our senior game. Like, our senior games, usually during senior games, senior night or whatever, all the seniors get to play, and they get to play like the full game. Because, it's our last game at the home field, blah, blah, blah. I played fucking 15 minutes. And I was so pissed. And I was like, my family came down from Northern California to watch and, like, walk me onto the field. And I played a measly 15 minutes. I was so pissed. I was, at least, like, give me that, man. Like, it's just one game. And I felt like, I don't think that game really even mattered in our season anyways. So I was like, what the fuck? But anyways, so that was, like, overcoming that was hard. Like, I was really down on myself the whole season. I was pretty depressed. I felt like even, like, the hard work I was putting in, it was, like, worth nothing. And how do you overcome something like that when you're putting in all this work and putting in all the time to try to make things right and doing everything you can do, but you can't control outside forces? And I guess that's kind of what I learned from that experience, was you can't control something that's out of your hands. Like, you can't control it. And if you can't control it, then you can't, hold on to a grudge about it or really obsess over it, because there's nothing you can do to change it. You can't do anything to change it. So I still struggle with this today. Trying to, I'm very much of a list person, or I like to keep things organized, and if it doesn't go the way I planned it, then I freak out. But, things change, and you have to be acceptable or, forgiving, I guess, of change that happens in your life. You have to be accepting of, different avenues or different ways to approach a situation, because it's all about your approach. If you're grudging over something, or holding yourself back because you're angry about outside forces, you can't control outside forces. It is what it is. So the way you react to a situation is the way the outcome of that situation will be. So it's either going to be positive or negative. So you got to take it in a positive route. So even though, I still sound pretty bitter talking about that situation back in college, because I'll remember that till the day I die. But looking back on it, like, as far as, like, a soccer world and, playing soccer, that was my favorite thing to do. It's still my favorite thing to do. Still my favorite sport. I gained some amazing friends off of that, like lifelong friends that I'll have forever. So those will always be my girlfriends. And it's just a learning experience, and and part of that experience also, the way I was going through physical therapy and rehab and training to get back onto the field is part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing here. Is the body is capable of amazing things, and whatever you set your mind to, you can really accomplish a lot. So yeah, that was my story. If you found that motivating, or if you want to share around, comment, share, and I'll be seeing you guys soon.